This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Palmetto officials say the Bradenton Area Convention Center has needed a hotel for decades.
Now it seems that Manatee County and the city of Palmetto are coming closer to a deal to make it come to fruition. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo has the details. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, if this project is actually approved, it will be the only one of its kind in Palmetto, which is estimated to cost the county and the city around $70 million.
Palmetto business owner John Wright is really excited about the potential that it could bring to the area.
Palmetto has a real opportunity to become a destination for folks.
The city of Palmetto also excited about the possibilities.
It creates jobs. There's about 300 new jobs that would be created in that area.
By way of a new 250-room Sheraton Convention Center hotel. Manatee County, leading the charge, would pay for the majority of the costs. The city's Community Redevelopment Association will decide whether to participate in the project in a meeting Monday evening.
If you build the $65 million hotel, then we will participate with $8.5 million worth of improvements that are necessary for it to happen.
CRA Director Jeff Burton says with a 24-year projection, it would pay dividends for the city.
And we're looking at somewhere between $800,000 and about $2 million worth of increment above and beyond the $8.5 million that we would pay up front.
For a type of hotel that Palmetto doesn't have.
It's what's called a concierge hotel. When you come and visit for your conference, you might want a golfing trip, and they would provide you with services all week long to get you to, or fishing, or going to the beach, or anything in Manatee County.
In addition to the project, the CRA is also seeking $1.5 million in economical development grant money for road improvements in the area.
So we're hoping that this project and the redo of the DeSoto Bridge and the interchange will help alleviate any kind of congestion that this causes.
Wright says this puts the city on the right track.
Palmetto is on the front end of a real transformation. We got to give credit to the CRA, and we've got to give credit to the mayor and the city council and all the folks for starting to put in place this vision of turning Palmetto into what it really has the potential to be.
Construction on the center is expected to start later this year and be completed by late 2019. Back to you.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. An effort to stop the expansion of phosphate mining in Manatee County continues as a vote fast approaches. This Thursday, county commissioners will consider a zoning change to allow the Mosaic Phosphate Company to expand mining operations at its Wingate East mine in Manatee County. The rezoning application is for 3,600 acres in the east part of the county.
For the commissioners to do the right thing and to vote for people and earth over profit.
According to the County Planning Commission, 24 homes are within 1,000 feet of this proposed Wingate East property.
Some top baseball execs will join the Sarasota County Commission meeting tomorrow. Representatives from the Atlanta Braves will publicly introduce themselves to commissioners. They're expected to express their desire to relocate spring training operations to Sarasota County. Negotiations between the county, the Braves, and the West Villages are ongoing. At Tuesday's meeting, the county administrator will give an overview of the project, which includes a new stadium in Northport, as well as the next steps in these discussions.
Moves along.
We're ready to see some action.
Yeah. All right, let's get a check on our weather today. A very windy day on the Suncoast. Here's Bob with more on that.
That's right. We had some rough weather last night, too. Severe weather warnings, tornado warnings at one point, just one warning for North Sarasota and South Sarasota, South Manatee County. We also had some lightning strikes around, and I want to show you this one. This was interesting. Last night, Damon Powers, part of the lightning mafia, they call themselves. They go out and shoot lightning all the time when it's around. He got up to Emily Arena, right there where the Lightning play, and got this unique lightning strike as it was occurring. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week, too, here across the state. And today's topic is lightning safety. Remember, if you can hear the thunder, you are close enough to get hit by lightning. So again, if you're taking pictures of lightning, make sure that you're in a protected area. A car, vehicle offers excellent protection during a lightning storm. Obviously, indoors away from windows is the best place to be. Rough weather today out on Bimini Bay, Anna Maria Island. Ed Goff getting us that picture right there. We see some clear skies generally across most of North Florida right now. Still some west to northwesterly winds bringing in some light rain showers, mainly to our south. Things are fairly calm here right now. and will stay that way for the most part. You can see the live shot of the radar, not showing any rainfall around. Well, much more in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The Trump administration now in its first full week, with President Donald Trump meeting business and union leaders.
Today, the president also signed several executive orders, including pulling out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. But questions of false claims on inauguration attendance continued in the first official press briefing. ABC's Lana Zach explains.
I believe that we have to be honest with the American people. I'm going to come out here and tell you the facts as I know them. And if we make a mistake, I'll do our best to correct it.
In his first official press briefing, new White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer answered questions about his, quote, alternative facts, indicating he received bad information about crowd size. But he doubled down on his assertion that this was the most watched inauguration in history.
31 million people watched it on television. Combine that with the tens of millions of people that watched it online on a device. It's unquestionable.
The majority of Spicer's remarks, though, were focused on policy.
The president wants no delay in addressing our most pressing issues.
The president began his morning with industry leaders promising to cut business taxes and regulations.
We think we can cut regulations by 75%, maybe more.
And then with the stroke of a pen, President Trump withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP.
Great thing for the American worker, what we just did.
The action earned praise from Democrats like Bernie Sanders, but was viewed warily from conservatives like John McCain, who warned it would, quote, create an opening for China to rewrite the economic rules of the road at the expense of American workers. The president signed two other executive orders, one ordering a hiring freeze on all federal workers except the military, and he responded to a lawsuit that alleges he's violating a provision of the Constitution against accepting payments from foreign governments.
Without merit. Totally without merit.
And as these foreign policy issues continue to heat up, the Senate is expected to confirm later today Rex Tillerson, the president's pick for Secretary of State. They're also expected to confirm Mike Pompeo to head up the CIA. Lana Zach, ABC News, the Capitol.
Senator Marco Rubio of Florida says he will reluctantly vote for Donald Trump's choice for Secretary of State. The support all but guarantees former oil CEO Rex Tillerson will be confirmed as the U.S. chief diplomat. On Facebook, Rubio wrote, in part, it would be against our national interest to have this confirmation unnecessarily delayed. Therefore, despite my reservations, I will support Mr. Tillerson's nomination. Over the weekend, Rubio was one of 3 Senate Republicans withholding support for Tillerson over concerns about his ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin. But both Senators John McCain and Lindsey Graham said yesterday they will now support Tillerson.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney made a stop on the Suncoast as part of the Ringling College Library Association's lecture series. Cheney was a guest speaker at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in Sarasota. Cheney was vice president for 8 years under George W. Bush's administration. During his speech at the Van Wezel, the Republican touched on his political career and shared his personal views on the Trump presidency and his cabinet picks.
I look at current set of circumstances. I think they're off to a pretty good start. Do I agree with everything? No, I've never agreed with everything. He's the one who won the election. He's the one who's our next president, and what he says, obviously, at this point, in terms of his agenda, is important. We ought to listen to it.
Cheney is best known for his involvement in national security matters following the 9/11 attacks.
2.5 million people took to the streets Saturday in more than 600 cities across the world in what has become known as the Women's March, including Sarasota. Sarasota police estimating about 8,000 people joined the march in downtown Sarasota, walking across the Ringling Bridge. As a group, protesters expressed individual concerns ranging from the affordable health care to reproductive rights to racial equality. Organizers insist it's not a protest against President Trump, but an effort to protect rights they feel might be jeopardized by his presidency. Still, many are frustrated by the movement.
To have these women marching in Washington before he's done anything in office whatsoever is divisive and bad for the country.
As a democracy, we have this right to gather, and we have the right to free speech, and we are using it. There's nothing unpatriotic about what we're doing. We are participating in our democracy.
And tonight on ABC7 at 7, we're going to talk to those on both sides of the issue, take a look at where things stand after the march. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a big disadvantage for ball players. The surprising way jet lag impacts Major League Baseball games.
Plus, be careful what's in your mug. Why Sierra Nevada is recalling beer in more than 30 states, including Florida.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
Wouldn't it be great if you had a sofa covered in fabric that's kid-proof? Now you can! Introducing Kid-Proof by Roe, now at Bacon's Furniture. For a limited time only, save 40% off Kids-Proof sofas at Bacon. Just look for the little green hand and select from hundreds of different fabrics that resist almost anything life throws at it. Some fabrics repel liquid, and all the amazing styles and comfortable fabrics are easy to clean. Kid-Proof sofas, now 40% off at Bacon's Furniture in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Baseball fans know home field advantage counts, but new research suggests one important factor could tip the scales in favor of the away team, and it's something most of us are familiar with. ABC's Dr. Timothy Johnson explains.
Nothing gets die-hard baseball fans cheering like the crack of the bat when the home team is at the plate. And as any baseball fan knows, the home team advantage, that boost that players get when they're on home turf, is a major factor. But now, new research points to another factor that might even the playing field: jet lag. Northwestern University researchers look back at over more than 20 seasons of Major League Baseball, nearly 5,000 games in total, and found that jet lag appeared to have a significant influence on home team performance. Specifically, east to west travel across at least 2 time zones seemed to impair home team performance in both offensive and defensive play. Jet lag appearing to have the greatest effect in home runs allowed, suggesting that home pitchers may be most susceptible to jet lag's effects. Surprisingly, jet lag didn't seem to hurt away teams as much, as only their defensive play was affected by those long trips. So the next time you think that jet lag has you behind on your sleep, just be thankful that you're not behind in the count as well. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Now we'll head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast. Looking much better today than yesterday.
Yeah, no severe weather warnings as far as that goes, or watches. Things looking pretty quiet on that front, but still some advisories for coastal locations due to the high surf and heavy winds coming in out of the west-northwest. But that windy weather will only last through about midnight tonight, and then things will start to calm down. Last night's winds were to keep you up at times, and in fact, it was so strong. Mild Tuesday, sunshine comes out, not as windy on Tuesday, looking good there. Another cold front due to arrive late Thursday and Friday, but this next front is not going to produce any rough weather around town. As far as the Titan radar picture goes, you can see some residual moisture left behind from the front that's well to the east of the Bahamas now, but we're getting this strong west to northwesterly fetch, and that's bringing up some moisture from the Gulf and cooling it and condensing it into some very light rain showers earlier today. Those have since moved on. The advisories I mentioned are still in effect. A rip current advisory also remains for coastal waters, so keep that in mind if you're going to go out there and surf. And I know a lot of people are out there surfing today. Those waves will start to come down tomorrow. Rainfall amounts were pretty impressive in some areas, others not as much at all. In places like Inglewood, fairly quiet there. Estimates from the Doppler radar site. Currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, we have some sunshine, 70 degrees, and the dew point temperature 57, and that's going to go down, continue to go down as that drier air moves in. The humidity at 63%. And the pressure 29.65 inches. Now that's been low. It will slowly rise as this area of low pressure continues to move away from the state of Florida. The high today, 73, a couple degrees above the average. 61, the morning low. 28, the record set back in 1985. The record high, 87 degrees. And we're going to stay pretty close to seasonal averages as far as temperatures go over the next couple of days, and then we start to cool down for the weekend. Well, 6/100 of an inch of rainfall today. Just today, we had a little bit more than that yesterday. In fact, we'll continue to see a slight chance for showers with this next front, too. We're not going to see a widespread rain event. There'll be a few showers possible at 20% on Thursday night and Friday morning. 62 in Jacksonville now, 68 degrees in Orlando, 75 Miami, 70 in Sarasota. Temperatures across the area, upper 60s in Avon Park, Sebring, and also Wauchula at 69 degrees. 70 seems to be the popular number from Bradenton southward all the way down to Inglewood. 71 degrees now in Northport as well as into Port Charlotte. Now, as far as the forecast goes tomorrow, looks really nice. Temperatures warming into the low 70s, a typical January day anticipated. The winds will be out of here for that matter, and we'll see sunshine and plenty of it throughout most of the day. As far as the overall forecast goes, you'll continue to see this west to northwesterly wind. Some clouds tomorrow, not a lot. We'll see some clouds move in. Wednesday, look for lots of sunshine around, maybe some sea fog developing in the, again, late night, early morning. And then the next front due to arrive on in through, it looks like Thursday night, Friday morning is the timing of it. Then we'll have a reinforcing shot of some cooler air come through over the weekend. Well, there's the nor'easter brewing and heading off toward the north, causing some problems there. Quiet weather over the central U.S. and another storm system coming in the Pacific Northwest. As far as the 7-day forecast goes, well, here it is, 73 for a high tomorrow, 70 right near the beaches, mid-70s on Wednesday and Thursday, looking good. Cooler on Friday, Saturday, and into early next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, and I-75 is moving smoothly in both the north and southbound lanes.
A big development in Washington, D.C. just moments ago. A Senate panel voted along party lines to approve President Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of State, former oil CEO Rex Tillerson. Many senators had reservations about the appointment because of his ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin through his work with ExxonMobil.
Yahoo is apparently being investigated for waiting 2 years to report 2 massive data breaches to investors. The Securities and Exchange Commission has opened an investigation which is likely to center on a 2014 data breach. The tech company announced last year that 500 million users were compromised by that breach, but Yahoo waited 2 years to disclose it. Yahoo also said it had recently discovered a 2013 breach that exposed the private information of more than 1 billion users.
Beer drinkers, listen up. Sierra Nevada Brewing Company is recalling some of its bottled beer in 36 states, including Florida. The company says glass can break off and then fall into the bottle. The recall applies to 8 brands, including Torpedo Extra IPA, Hop Hunter IPA, Pale Ale, and Nooner. Sierra Nevada says it has not received any reports of injuries.
Sarasota residents no longer have to get their California Pizza Kitchen from the frozen section of the store. Today, the restaurant officially opened its first location in Sarasota, right next to the mall at UTC. CPK is known for artisan pizzas, salads, seafood, main plates, including things like ribeyes and chicken dishes. The UTC location is the 16th California Pizza Kitchen in Florida.
Can't wait to try that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like the pizza, the salads are great too.
Right. All right, your entertainment news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Lady Antebellum is coming to Florida to perform a pre-race concert at the Daytona 500.
Love their music. The trio of Charles Kelly, Hillary Scott, and Dave Haywood will take the stage at Daytona International Speedway on February 26, entertaining those on hand for the Great American Race. Lady Antebellum has played Daytona before. Back in 2008, they performed before the Coke Zero 400, and last year at the inaugural Country 500 Music Festival. The 7-time Grammy-winning group has had 9 #1 hits. Well, he's definitely becoming a show regular. Actor Alec Baldwin will be back as Saturday Night Live's guest host for the 17th time. Baldwin has been portraying Donald Trump on a semi-regular basis this season and last, and has now hosted SNL more times than any other person. Baldwin will host the February 11th show with Ed Sheeran performing that night.
The superhero clash Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and the far too late comedy sequel Zoolander 2 are the leading nominees for the 37th annual Razzie Awards. Zoolander 2 drew 9 nods and Batman v Superman landed 8 in the nominations for the worst films and performances of 2016. Both are up for Worst Picture along with Gods of Egypt, Independence Day Resurgence, Dirty Grandpa, and the political documentary Hillary's America: The Secret History of the Democratic Party. The so-called Razzie winners will be announced on February 25th.
I don't think this next movie is going to get a Razzie. It's the best news you may have heard in the galaxy all day. Star Wars Episode 8 finally has a title: The Last Jedi. This is the latest in the Skywalker saga. You may recall in the last movie, The Force Awakens, Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, discovers her powers with the Force and finds Luke Skywalker on a remote island at the very end of the movie. There's been some speculation over who the last Jedi is, especially if there's only one Jedi left. But we'll find out at the end of the year. The Last Jedi will be released December 15th. Although I think I have an idea. I think you can figure it out.
I mean, not me, I can't, because I know nothing about Star Wars. But the Star Wars devoted fans probably can.
Luke Skywalker looked pretty old.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.